Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. Today I'm gonna show you two awesome modifications that you can bring to your garage door to make it more silent, more energy efficient as well. What are these items? And we're also gonna have a special guest. So first of all, the Green Hinge System right here, spring-loaded to help the door stick closer to your weather stripping, have less air leaking, and hence better energy efficiency. And then we also have these Dura-Lift Titan rollers. These are nylon rollers, so super quiet. They have 6200 double Z bearings inside there. What that means, smoother door operation. And in just a few minutes, you can easily swap your hinges and rollers to have a more quiet and more efficient system. We have a special guest today. I want to invite on screen my friend, Yvan Lacroix.
How are you doing?
From DIY Detail. How are you, Yvan? Always a special day. So DIY Detail and Pan the Organizer, we mainly do car detailing stuff. We have our own lines of detailing products as well, DIY Detail and Clean by Pan. But today I want to go back to my roots because my name is Pan the Organizer. I like to organize stuff. And my friend Yvan here had already done these modifications on his commercial garage door. Now you can have these for both residential and commercial. I'll leave links, by the way, in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So Yvan, these two things.
Yeah.
So you did it on yours.
Yes.
We're gonna show the differences between the stock hinge on my garage, which by the way, this is a double wide garage door, 16 feet wide. So I got the commercial kit. Anything over 12 feet, you get the commercial kit, and anything under 12 feet, you get the residential kit. Again, links in the description. And for the rollers, these are universal, but they're pretty awesome.
Yes.
So let's go over there so they can see what the difference is and what exactly they'll need to do this, because this is a DIY project that anybody can do at home.
Yep. That makes a huge difference as well.
And it's a fairly new home, by the way. We built this new in 2019, towards the end of 2019. So we do have nylon rollers, but some of you out there might have metal rollers,
right?
The older doors, or just some that the bearings have leaked.
Yes.
And these ones are fully sealed, even the cap in the front.
Yep.
And then we have these Green Hinge systems.
Right. So the Green Hinge system, we did one hinge already, and this is the Green Hinge, as the color goes with the name. And then this is a standard hinge. With a big load wind is going to move in.
So basically what you're saying, Yvan, is here we installed this Green Hinge system, which by the way, they're numbered. So number 1, number 2, and number 3.
Yep.
So you're only changing the ones at the extremities of your door. These are going to help push the door towards the outside, so to have a better contact with your weather seal or weather stripping.
Yes.
So on screen right now, I'm going to show you the before. So before we did these modifications, you can see a tiny leak of light at night, which means that is open to the elements just a little bit. And keep in mind, this is a new construction. So on older builds, perhaps yours has even more play and even more air leakage. And once we're done with this, we're going to show you on screen also what this can look like, but it's going to help push that door towards that weather stripping. And of course, these new ball bearing style nylon coated rollers from Dura-Lift really help to make the door squeaky free and super quiet. So if you want a quieter garage door, these two modifications are simple. So Yvan, I notice here, this hinge doesn't have any bar. On my 16-foot garage, we have these big aluminum bars. What are these for, and what kind of extra modifications do people need to do if they do have that?
So this bar is to prevent the door from buckling in through the wind or the wind facing it. Depending on the door, some will have one, some will have two, some will have one at every hinge. Depends on the installer and what the proposed wind load is. For here, you're in a neighborhood with a lot of trees, so you don't have a big wind load.
Correct.
On our garage door, we're in the middle of a farmer's field. So there is a big wind load, so we have one on every hinge.
Okay.
And our garage door is 14 feet tall, so a little taller. You'll find these bars on doors 10 feet or wider normally. There'll be 1, there'll be 2, there'll be 3. It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
But they're just there to reinforce the door. There's a slight complication with it. We have to modify the hinge just a little bit. And let me show you what that modification is for that crossbar. Now, the other thing you can do is actually notch the crossbar. But the mounting hole for the crossbar arrived in the hinge.
So you used an angle grinder in this case?
Yeah.
But of course, don't worry, if you don't have these bars, it's going to be even easier. So this is assuming you have the bars, slight angle grinding to remove either a notch on the bar itself or a slight notch on the hinge itself. But for the majority of people out there that don't have these bars on the doors, all you have to do is remove the bolts from the hinge, replace the hinge, take the new roller, put it in that lower part of the hinge and put the bolts exactly where they are. So it's a direct fit, very simple. All you need to do is calculate how many panels you have. So in my case, I have 4 panels. So you get the appropriate kit for a 4-door. You can have a 4-panel, 5-panel, or a 6-panel, both under 12 feet or over 12 feet. So very simple once you get that. So Ivan, can we show removal and installation of a new one?
Yeah,
so
and it actually
simple.
Probably took them longer to explain it than it'll take me to do it. First thing we'll do is load the hinge. So we put the roller in, and you don't put it in the one that has the spring, you put it in the one that the spring acts upon. So we want this pushing out on the door.
And can we show the numbers on the hinges so people see as well? Because they're numbered 1 to 3.
1 to 3, and then depending on your door, it can go up to 4, 5, or 6. And the difference between a number 1 and a number 3 is very easy to see. It's the offset of the roller. So from here, this piece is the same, but if you look at the offset of the roller, this one is a good 1/2 inch higher than the other one. What that does is keep your door pressed up more at the top, and also as you open the door, it moves back. So you're not rubbing against the seal. As soon as the door releases, because of that angle created by the 3 hinges, it automatically moves back from the seal.
And note that the number system, it's going to be the same on your stock ones. They're numbered. It's always number 1, the lowest, number 2, the middle, number 3, the highest. So you go from top to bottom and they're numbered on the hinges themselves. So what socket are you using here in this case?
This is a 7/16, but it could be another size. It really varies from one door to another.
So as long as you get the correct socket, it's just a matter of removing the screws, as you guys saw. Take your new hinge. In this case, this is hinge number 3 because it's the top one. He already slid the roller inside the hinge. And you just put the screws back exactly into the same mounting holes that were already on your garage.
Yeah,
so easy swap.
Yeah, and don't over tighten the bolts. There we go.
And there we go. So now it's solid, exactly the same hole. So you're not drilling any new holes and that full install. So you would do 1, 2, and 3. When you do the hinge on one side, you recommend that you do the number 3 on the other side as well.
It doesn't really matter.
So do 1 by 1, replace them, move to the other side, 1 by 1.
Exactly. And the reason I started here, I'm not bending, I'm not up on the ladder, I'm not stretching, I can see what I'm doing because we knew we had to modify for the crossbar. If you're not modifying for the crossbar, don't worry about it. You can start at the bottom, work your way up, start at the top, work your way down, or go in a zigzag. It really doesn't matter.
So to see if it actually works, I'm going to give you a clip right now on screen showing the door being opened before we do this modification, so you can hear how it sounds. It was already pretty quiet because it's a modern system with a high-end garage lift opener, but we're also going to show you after when all of this is done, the difference so you guys can hear as well. But we can tell how much beefier and how much sturdier these are, and the rollers are just amazing. So let's continue on with the rest.
Yeah, and I can't see outside now. And the big difference with the number 1 is very easy to see here. This one has a single roller. So the roller is the pivot point, whereas the number 2 and the number 3, the pivot point is separate from the roller. That's what gives it that spacing. So now we have to put this in. Now, very important, do not tighten the screws until all the screws are in and in place. So just loosely put the screws in. That will help line everything up while we're at it. There's another one down here. One side is done. It's that easy.
Yeah, that is pretty quick.
Let's go to side number 2. So you saw, as I was tightening these screws, you could actually see the door move in. Exactly what we want.
And now for these last ones, Ivan.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't have any hinge. You don't need to replace the hinge, but we can replace the roller. What they do recommend also is don't touch the lower roller, because those are usually with tension loading on the springs. So you don't want to do that. So don't touch this bottom roller, but the top one you can also change. Bada bing, bada bang.
Open your door.
Yeah, let's do the test.
See if it still opens.
Hopefully. Whisper quiet operation. So let's do something else.
Yeah.
We're gonna go outside, see if we see any light leaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't see anything anymore. So now for this final test, let's see if we see any light leaks, and look at that from the side, nothing anymore.
Yeah, and your seal is a lot tighter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is as good as it gets. So we're more efficient. As you guys saw, it was super quiet, very quick.
Yeah.
If we weren't filming, what, half an hour? How long would you
most,
say?
yeah.
At most. So even if you're a DIYer, absolutely no problem. Very simple install. You change both the hinges and the rollers. The link's in the description, guys. And by the way, Ivan and I, we love car detailing. So if you guys want to learn more about car detailing, the products, the tricks, the techniques, tutorials, all sorts of cool stuff, feel free to browse on both the DIY Detail YouTube channel and Pan the Organizer channel. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and we'll see you on the next one.